On July 29, 2008, Susan Powell, a mother of two, made a chilling video inside her Utah home. In it, she carefully recorded all her belongings, almost as if she feared the worst. Her own words hinted at her unease.
This is me. July 29th, 2008. It is 12:33 Mountain Time. Covering all my bases, making sure that if something happens to me or my family or all of us, that our assets are documented. Hope everything works out and we're all happy and live happily ever after as much as that's possible.
Susan filmed the video on her attorney's advice. There was growing concern that her husband, Josh, might try to sell off her valuable possessions in the coming years. By the time of the now infamous recording, their marriage had already been crumbling under heavy strain. And in the video itself, Susan hints that her life with Josh had been far from peaceful for a long time.
This is all stuff bought in a year or less through Home Depot on my credit. Josh bought a lot of stuff and then he had to bankrupt it. And then he bought a little bit more on my credit. There's a nice lamp. These are things to roll wood with. And I had necklaces too. I don't know where those are. I just got in a rage, as you can see, and broke this. There's studs and pearls and opals in there. Broke this and threw all my DVDs and made a mess. Because he was angry at me. This was about a year or two back.
The Susan Powell case stands as one of the most haunting true crime stories of our time. A chilling tale of domestic violence, missed red flags, and unimaginable tragedy. It begins in July 2008, when the 28-year-old mother of two sat alone in her Utah home, recording a nervous video inventory of her possessions. As the camera rolls, we see Susan's hands tremble slightly as she documents jewelry, family heirlooms, and household items. "I'm making this record," she says with unsettling foresight, "because I need proof of what's mine. Just in case something happens." This ordinary suburban home would soon become ground zero for an unthinkable crime. Behind closed doors, Susan's marriage to Josh Powell was crumbling. She had secretly consulted divorce attorney Scott Williams months earlier, terrified after Josh drained their savings to fund his survivalist obsession. Co-workers at Wells Fargo later recalled how Susan would flinch when her desk phone rang too suddenly. Neighbors reported hearing violent arguments, with Josh screaming threats that carried through the thin walls of their West Valley City home. Yet publicly, the Powells maintained the facade of a happy family, a deception that would have deadly consequences. The timeline turned sinister on December 6, 2009. After Sunday church services where witnesses noted Josh's unusual silence, Susan hosted neighbor Kiersey Hall for coffee. Security cameras would later show Kiersey leaving at exactly 5:03 p.m., the last independent sighting of Susan alive. What happened next defies belief. Josh would claim he suddenly decided to take their two toddlers, 4-year-old Charlie and 2-year-old Braden, on a midnight camping trip during a blizzard. The supposed destination? Utah's remote Pony Express Trail, a barren wasteland in December. His explanation? Susan was too tired to join, though friends confirm she never missed family activities. When the boys weren't dropped at daycare Monday morning, alarm bells sounded. Josh returned alone, his story already unraveling. Police noted his suspiciously calm demeanor as he claimed Susan must have wandered off while he was camping. Investigators found the house staged, an unmade bed suggesting sleep that never happened, Susan's purse and cell phone left behind too neatly. Most damning? The campsite showed zero evidence of human activity, no tent marks, no footprints in the snow where Josh claimed they'd slept. The investigation uncovered Susan's secret safe deposit box at Wells Fargo. Inside, a handwritten will dated just weeks earlier revealed Josh had taken out a $1.5 million life insurance policy without her knowledge. But it was the scribbled note tucked beneath that turned spines to ice. "If I die," Susan had written, "it may not be an accident. Josh has threatened to kill me and make it look like suicide. Tell police to check his computer." What authorities found on Josh's hard drive would haunt them forever. Searches for how to dissolve, a body in acid, maps to remote Utah mines, and a deleted folder titled Disposal. Meanwhile, financial records showed Josh liquidating Susan's retirement accounts within days of her disappearance, while simultaneously shopping for a $700 chainsaw. The children became unwitting witnesses. During therapy sessions, Charlie drew disturbing pictures of Mommy in the trunk. Little Braden told social workers, "Daddy hurt Mommy at the campfire." But their statements were dismissed as childhood fantasies, a catastrophic oversight. After moving to Washington, Josh's behavior grew more erratic. He enrolled the boys in survival training, stockpiled gasoline, and was finally reported to child services when his father made sexually explicit comments about Susan's corpse. The system failed spectacularly on February 5, 2012, when a social worker brought the boys for what should have been a supervised visit. In a final act of cruelty, Josh locked the caseworker out, attacked Charlie with a hatchet as the boy screamed "Daddy, no," then detonated 20 gallons of gasoline, the fire so intense it warped the home's steel foundation. If you like this video, click on the video to watch more disturbing things caught on dashcam. If you love real horror stories and the unexplained, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Don't miss an episode of Screaming Diaries, where every scream tells a story.